Welcome to another episode of Anything and Everything. I am your host, Lawrence Johnson. Do not forget to hate and subscribe. We back like cook crack in the motherfucking 80s. It is Friday, and I hope y'all feeling good, because I'm feeling better. Well, not exactly about this AI video I just saw, though, because this actually may be the most insane AI video Trump has posted so far. Well, at least they got him being offbeat, most likely, right? But the rest of the song, unfortunately, is catchy. But at the same time, he really talking about coming in there, moving, grooving, vibing, sliding, bodying Democrats. Like, oh yeah, y'all party's about to be no more. My boy Russ Vought, what? He coming out of the color like peroxide, like LeBron on JT, dunking shit. Like, oh, you guys is cooked. And that's the thing. He said so many different times, oh, Project 2045, I don't know nothing about that. What are you talking about? Lies. The extreme right. Extreme right. Me? Never. I don't know what you're talking about.
Some on the right, severe right, came up with this Project 25, and I don't even know. They are extreme. I mean, they're seriously extreme. But I don't know anything about it. I don't want to know anything about it.
I have nothing to do with Project 2025. That's out there. I haven't read it. I don't want to read it purposely. I'm not going to read it.
Project 2025, I've said 100 times, I know nothing about it. I had nothing to do.
And today, meeting of Russ Vought of Project 2025 fame.
And now this man is tweeting about it. So you didn't know a couple months ago, but now on Twitter, well, Truth, his version of Twitter, you saying point blank, I'm meeting with Russ about Project 2025. And people, Project 2025, that's not good for nobody other than the 1%. If you haven't figured that out yet, yeah, that means nobody. It is bad all around from all different angles. And now I was like, oh, no wonder the government is shut down. He got more shit he cooking up. He said, I'm about to start meeting with people. If some people getting fired, Democrats, they about to be gone. That's the thing with Trump, is he tests it out as a joke. That's how he tests the waters. Where it's like, let's see what's going on here. Let me try this out. Like you saw, tweeted out a MedBed AI video. And obviously somebody on his team was like, chill out. This is insane because this is nowhere near true. And people are going to start to get their hopes up thinking that we can do this. We don't have the budget for that. Our money's not giving these people any of that. So he deleted that one. He not going to delete this because he's dead ass. Russ is the Reaper, and he about to take out the Democrats so he can run Trump 2028. I mean, this would be hilarious if it wasn't real life. You know what I mean? Like, this is the president of the boys. No wonder they had to stop doing their show. This shit was too accurate. I don't even think they could cook up some shit like this. Like, oh yeah, our president's going to use an AI video precursoring that he's going to take out the entire Democratic Party with Project 2025. And I'm not going to lie, Kamala was right. She was sitting there saying, hey, watch out. Project 2025, they even fact-checked her on CNN and said, oh, this is false. Oh, this shit was true. Medicaid, gone. Healthcare is, in general, cooked. More people deported. I'm telling you, this shit, I'm laughing about it, but this shit is bad, son. I mean, this is almost as bad as his AI Gaza video. And now, what's going to happen? Well, the Senate, the Democrats brought a bill back, and they said, hey, let's get this done. They shut that shit down, so the government's still in the shutdown. So, as of right now, everything's up in the air. Just another day, different day, and we are basically waiting on Trump to decide how fascist and how dictatorship he's going to make this shit in the next 48 hours. That's just the reality of the situation. And now, who are we at war with? Portland. My boy said he's sending active troops to Portland. Caroline came out, and now they're talking about cutting funding to Portland because one of their journalists got arrested. And you're not going to tell me there's not selective outrage? Listen to her.
The police arrested a journalist who was there trying to document the chaos, and everyone in this room should be extremely concerned about that. The Department of Justice spoke with that journalist this morning, and they will be launching a full investigation into his arrest. This incident is part of a troubling trend in Portland where left-wing mobs believe they get to decide who can visit and live in their city. It is not their city. It is the American people's city, and President Trump is going to restore that. I just spoke with the president about this, and he has directed his team here at the White House to begin reviewing aid that can potentially be cut in Portland. We will not fund states that allow anarchy. There will also be an additional surge of federal resources to Portland immediately, including enhanced CBP and ICE resources. Law and order will prevail, and President Trump will make sure of it.
So this guy, Nick Sortor, gets arrested by cops while trying to report on what's happening in Portland and ICE, and now they are sending an unprecedented amount of people to Portland to stop the war and the war on terror that's taking place there. Do you know how insane this is? This is one guy that gets arrested, right? Look at his picture. After he gets arrested, he act like he's a patriot with the flag. Not no bruise, nicely, respectfully walked away. This almost looks like a photo op where it's like, oh yeah, arrest me so then we could really send in the infantry. These fucking dickheads not gonna see what was coming to them. And now, right after, Caroline, oh yeah, are you kidding me? We're cutting funding to Portland. Donald Trump, out of nowhere, oh, I'm sending live military troops to Portland. We need to stop this shit. And now niggas literally threatening the city. I just got off the phone with DHS. What's coming up, Portland is unprecedented. Mind you, people, what's happening to regular protesters in Portland? Take a look.
Who is talking to you? No. Hey, this is the line that they created.
Oh, shit. That's a woman getting spray painted dead in her face. And then we have this gem. Bro purposely pepper sprayed through the vent of this dude's outfit just so he could basically choke on it. And you want me to believe that this guy, Nick, because he got arrested, now we need to send military troops into Portland? This is fucking Portland we're talking about. I'm telling you, this is how he tests the water. Portland, this is an easy takeover. He's like, oh, we're not going to have to deal with that much get back over here. Next thing you know, he going, now how do I choose between Chicago, Los Angeles, and New York? He picked Chicago. Tell you, this is just the beginning. But it should really open your eyes that they make this big of a deal out of one person being arrested during a protest. Y'all arrest hundreds of people, but because they arrested your guy, now their whole entire city gets their funding cut? I'm just saying, this selective outrage is actually fucking insane. We're living in a reality TV show that basically, if you're not on the right side of things, you get cooked. But if you are, everything is great. Again, I point right to Israel, $7,000 per post. If I had no morals, I'm all over that, son. But now we have a dude that gets arrested, not beat up, not harmed. Nothing happens to this man. And now we want to send the military troops in there? I'm telling you, people, we live in a joke of a world right now and in a country, and Donald Trump is the head of it. Dickhead of the fucking day. I mean, good luck, Portland. I don't know. He says it's unprecedented, and I know they not lying. And while all this is happening, like I was talking about in Chicago, she just raided Kristi Noem and Benny Johnson, the fucking dweebs of the century, both of them over there, add on Cass Patel. They just raided a Walmart. And Benny's over here talking about, this is one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Go ahead, play this clip of this idiot.
So we just watched a raid at Walmart, here in Walmart, the Chicagoland area. Amazing. Secretary Noem was here. They rolled up a couple of guys, and it's rowdy. I mean, there's a lot of people around, everyone's filming. The Secretary of Homeland Security is right now doing raids at Walmart in Chicago. Again, they must have gotten a couple of guys, at least. There were a few arrests for people trying to impede the enforcement operations, and wild scenes here. I got more in just a second.
He finds it great that immigrants are running around and running away from ICE, because even if they do have their papers, they could be arrested and disappear anyways. But this is what's good to y'all, raiding people at work. This is what I'm saying. At first, they pitch was, oh, we're stopping crime. We're stopping the violent crime. We got to get these criminals up out of here. And now, since they all pussy that work with ICE and they don't actually want to see no action, they go after working people. But they say, oh, they're still criminals because they got here illegally, not thinking about our system and how long they've been here and taxes that they've been paying. But because their papers haven't gone all the way through, well, they're illegal, so we're doing a good thing. Nigga, it's Walmart. Do you really care? Y'all people at home care if Mexican people that may not have their paperwork straight is working at Walmart? Me personally, I really don't. I swear to God, I don't. Because I know a lot of people at home think they too good to work at Walmart. And until they prove to me that's different, I'm never going to believe that. Because exactly what happened with farmers is happening right now. Farmers, what happened? Oh, we have to steal them. We have to get all these illegal immigrants up out of there. And within 2 months, they was like, hold on, nobody filling the jobs. They're actually kind of necessary. So farming and hotels, we're going to keep illegal immigrants here. But everybody else, they got to go. Do you not understand how much they keep on moving the goalposts? You're celebrating raiding a Walmart of a bunch of people that are working. I mean, how much of a fucking loser do you have to be? And if you feel good about that, I just want you to look in the mirror and be like, why do I feel good about having someone get sent out of this country while they're hardworking and at Walmart? And then ask yourself, is this a job that I would do? Is this affecting my day-to-day life? Is somebody that I know around me, did they just get their job denied from Walmart and they're going to fill that position tomorrow? And if not, you should probably take a step outside and be like, oh, wow, this is kind of fucked up. But a lot of you won't because you're just so sold and down the echo chamber that is cooked. But you know who's coming around? Farmers. Why? Because they are getting cooked in the worst way. They losing so much fucking money, they are panicking. And that's the thing. Most farmers, they voted for him. This is his third time. Y'all struggled and something happened the first 2 times. Well, the one time. The fact you voted for him again, it's kind of like karma comes around. Like, what'd you expect, dickheads? But that's the thing. I feel as though I'm a hater, but I'm a good guy. I don't want people to actually suffer. I want you to learn your lessons. Some dickhead, why would you listen to this man? But soybean farmers, oh, they are done for. And why, might you add? Well, because Trump decided to get in an argument with China. And President Xi and all these tariffs, supposedly $17 trillion, which makes you question, why would we have a government shut down in the first place? But I digress. But President Xi doesn't respond to Trump. He's like, I don't really give a fuck. You keep on disrespecting me, I can go elsewhere. Do you not understand? We got bread over here. And so what do? They go down to Argentina. And they're like, oh, yeah, you guys make soybeans? Oh, yeah, we need all that. Billions of dollars that they would usually be buying from our American farmers are now going down to Argentina. And then at the same token, Argentina, their president, absolute dickhead, burned his money to the ground. And so what does Trump decide to do? Oh, we're going to take 20 billion of our dollars and bail out Argentina. Because, you know, they're an ally, we need them and whatnot. We in $36 trillion of fucking debt. Where you get $20 billion from? And this is all your fault because you decided to talk crazy to President Xi, not think he could just go buy soybeans somewhere else. And our farmers are like this.
We went from 12 billion to 0. And then, you know, as a farmer, we get up one morning and you give Argentina, which is our second biggest competition in the world. They're the largest exporters of soybean meal in the world. So I get up one morning, I turn the news on, and you give $20 billion of taxpayer money to my competition. And then the Chinese buy, I think the figure is 30 or 40 containers, ships, which is about 65,000 metric tons per ship, which is like 2.2 million bushels. So they buy 12 or 14 billion dollars worth of soybeans from the Argentinians after the tax holiday. And here's the caveat to it. They give $2.30 over the November board, while I'm getting 50 cents under the November board. We're going to plant canola this month. It's one of the few things we've found. It's moved into Arkansas. They're going to make renewable jet fuel and renewable diesel of it. We've never raised any. I had to get a loan from FSA to do it because it's an uninsurable crop through the federal crop insurance. But they would let me do it through the NAP insurance. Well, I can't even get the loan for it because there's nobody at the FSA office. There's nobody at the NRCS office. We shut the government down. They all went home.
How are your other farmers, for your friends, feeling? I know a lot of them are Trump supporters. Do they still feel good?
Everybody's pretty nervous. Everybody's pretty scared. There's some of the older guys that, you know, farm out of their pocket. They're like, I'm not doing this again. I'm not giving back 30 years worth of work. Everybody's scared to death. I got friends that are bankers. that, will tell you the bank examiners is already telling them, look, you're going to have to deal with these guys because their equipment's not going to be worth as much. Their land's not going to be worth as much.
I love America, but in the past 3 years, I have seen again and again and again, China absolutely cook us on all fucking levels. And people that try to sit there and say, the propaganda, they're bad, we need to stop China, I disagree wholeheartedly. I see what's going on over there now through TikTok, through that Redbook app. Life is pretty good over there. 97% home ownership, I might add. Go ahead. You're going to say communist, right? Well, that's the thing. What you just witnessed, Trump, when he says we have $17 trillion worth of money coming through from tariffs, and you know what? I know my farmers are struggling. So I'm going to take some of this money we just made, I'm going to give them a check. Welcome to communism and socialism, buddy. 101. It's crazy, but it doesn't sound like that when it comes from Trump because you don't want to believe it. But that's exactly what the fucking is. We just don't even do it as good as them. He keeps all the money. And now he said, oh, I'm going to give y'all like a $2,000, $3,000. Is that going to make up for y'all farmers? I don't think so. And I mean, hey, don't hold your breath because remember, there was a Doge check that was supposed to be coming around. $5K for each American. Let me know when that shit coming around. I ain't seen that bitch or heard about that bitch in mad long. That's what I'm saying, people. If you still sitting there and thinking like, oh, I think Trump really wants what's best for America, you are an idiot. He wants what's best for himself. Like, I respect that. That's one thing. As a hater, when I see you hating on basically everybody else other than yourself, I tip my hat. You cold with that, my boy. You really have all these people believing you care about them. He don't give a fuck about you. I need that money in my pocket. I'm building this ballroom. I just got me a jet. I got $20 billion. I can go bail out Argentina. And I got my own Trump coin, dickheads, of your money that you invested in you can't even take out because that was in the red line. This is an investment over time. Maybe you're going to make some dividends. Let me tell you right now, you're not. That was a meme coin rug pull. And I just want you to think, is any other president ever get away with launching a meme coin? That's what I'm saying. You almost got to respect how he's been able just to magician this shit where there's mad people that love this man and really would do a lot for him. Which makes me think, he was dead ass. When he said, I could go out on Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and nobody would give a fuck, he was serious. And I think he was correct. He could shoot somebody and the first thing they gonna say, oh, that gotta be AI. No, Trump actually shot somebody. Well, who was that though? Because I know he must have did something that really pissed him off. Well, no, actually, he really hated what he was doing. He was trying to block what he had going on. That's what I'm saying, though. So why does he think he's in the power to be able to stop what Trump has to do? He had to do that so then he could complete this task and then we could take a step forward from America. I know, right? That almost sounded fucking believable. And that's the type of mental gymnastics a lot of you dickheads have to do. It's crazy to me, son. Get off your knees. That man, he is running this country for himself. He don't care if he runs it into the ground. He's almost on his way out. He about to die soon. He's trying to gain as much wealth so he could be remembered forever, whether that's as a hero or a villain. He don't give a fuck. He want to give his name etched in history forever. That's why there's a fucking gold statue of him holding out a Bitcoin. Doesn't that sound like Kim Jong-un-ish? I know, but not. No, it can't be. Why? Because it's Donald Trump. Wow. It's got to be some type of psychological book. It's like how to gain fans like Donald. My boy be cooking, son. You know what else is cooked? The flotilla. Everybody captured, kidnapped, over with, done for. And it's hilarious to me because then there's people like this dumbass IDF soldier named Dean or something that makes a video after the entire boat is cleared out saying, look what's missing. Oh my goodness, the food and the aid. Nothing's here. Wow, this must have just been a photo op and photo opportunity. You guys are actual fucking idiots. Literally 24 hours ago, you were saying he was violent. They hoes all violent. Hamas funded, and now they just didn't have nothing. Go ahead, play the clip.
I'm sure you guys can guess where I am because it's pretty much an empty room. That's right, I'm inside one of the vessels, one of the largest vessels to come in this Yom Kippur flotilla. And while we're processing this boat, there's one thing missing, guys. All this aid that they were supposed to bring into Gaza, which explains one thing to me. I'm sure it explains to you. that when we and multiple other countries offered them to take this aid and bring it to the Gazans, we could facilitate its safe arrival, they flat out rejected it. And now we know why, because it was never about bringing aid to Gazans, but it was all about the headlines and the social media followings.
And that joint did like over 2 million views on Instagram because that side really just eats it up. I know, you guys gotta get outside your echo chamber, people. I know, you've been lied to since you was out the womb that Israel's a good country, that the IDF is good people, they're always fighting the terrorists, and that this was your land. And no, we didn't steal this home from somebody that already lived there. This was given to us. We paid and they didn't get anything in return. But this is ours now. And I'm telling you, they want you dead. I know you get that beaten into your brain for 20 plus years in a row. You really believe anything and everything. But hey, wake the fuck up. Think about that. If it was so bad and Hamas was so bad and these people were about to get killed when they got over there and you could never imagine what was going to happen, why don't you just let them in? Half the people that support y'all were saying, oh, let them in so they can find out and they can die and they can get killed. Why not let the world see? If you want to prove your point so badly that these people are so violent and they're going to steal all the aid, there's cameras on every single boat. Let them through. Show us that they are barbaric and terrible people. But you won't, because you know what will happen. Aid will actually get delivered. People will see from all around just how bad this genocide is. And then your entire narrative is fucked. So instead, you kidnap these people, and then your extremists put them in prison and gloat and get excited about it. Ben Guyver, whatever the fuck your name is, absolute dweeb, definitely going to hell. Hope you dress cold. You a pussy, if you ain't know that. And then you go on this big rant of saying, oh, well, we're just great people because we were able to keep them safe in this war-torn area when this is international waters and they're trying to get to Palestinian waters. None of the waters that you own, by the way. And now we're going to send them back home and we received their aid. But there's other people saying there was no aid received whatsoever. A lot of that shit doesn't add up, does it? I know. Fucking crazy. So I'm saying, people, speak out if you can. And that's the thing. You don't have to speak out. You don't have to do a lot because some people, they're not comfortable with that. But stay educated, right? Look through multiple sources of information because our side, left or right, is completely fucking bought. Perfect point being Pete Buttigieg or Buttigieg, however you say his name, Pete, he went on a conversation and started talking about Israel and Palestine. And this is the danger of information about being first and not about telling the truth.
Mm-hmm. So here's some things in no particular order that I know. I know that there are unspeakable horrors taking place in Gaza. I know that those unspeakable horrors are something that was unleashed by a war that started with unspeakable horrors being perpetrated by Hamas on October 7th.
Well, I mean, that wasn't the beginning of the conflict.
Of course. I mean, this goes back to 47 and it goes back before 47. But this is exactly my point. Right. The moment you say anything about, the moment I talk about disgust at babies being put in ovens and people being flayed by Hamas on October 7th, somebody says, well, you're not talking about the history of the Nakba and what happened with the displacement of Palestinians. And the moment I express disgust at watching people in Gaza being starved, somebody says, well, you must be excusing what happened with Hamas. No.
Yeah.
There was never no babies in ovens. There was never any beheaded babies. But there's a group and millions of people that believe that because that was the story that was first told by Israel. As soon as they got the chance, they pushed that information to everybody. And I can guarantee you when they play that shitty-ass movie that releases on October 3rd, but for everyone else, October 7th, to remember how bad it was, they're going to show you babies in ovens or babies being beheaded because they want to push that lie continuously to make them look more barbaric. It's a known fact there was no beheaded babies and there was no babies in ovens, but they felt it necessary because they knew if they were first with that information, it will be burned into a lot of people's memories because, one, how insane it sounds, and two, how violent of an act it is, even though there's no truth to it, which is why we are in the dark ages of the information age right now because it's a rush to be first and not to be right. Everybody leads by negativity because that's what gets the clicks and that's what gets people talking. That's just the truth. to how this world is working right now. So you always have to remember, is this actually true? Pete, you just went on a news interview and then just regurgitated lies that you didn't even take the time to look into again? That's a scary fucking thing. And that lets me know I would never vote for you. How the fuck you gonna talk about that? And then the first thing you bring up, October 7th. History started way before that, brother. It's not how this shit works. So, to my people, go out, educate yourselves, educate others, because there's a lot of people that you can meet on the middle ground with or educate them over time because they just don't know. And then you send them some information, you send them some articles, and all of a sudden they're like, oh shit, I ain't knowing about none of that. I have friends from over there. I had to send them the article of them ambushing the ambulances and burying the ambulances because they would never see something like that. Then, oh yeah, man, that's really bad. Really bad? No, that's genocidal, my nigga. That's the whole point. Moving on to some lighter things, Red Bull never ceases to amaze me. And today's random white active danger, actually random Brazilian active danger, they set up a ramp off the side of a skyscraper. Why? Strictly for vibes. No, because Red Bull, they trying to give you wings, son. And I just cannot imagine who's in the team meeting that was just like, hey, you know what, bro? I think we should just use that building and just build a ramp all the way down it. And then we could send son off like the 70th story. And he got to reach like 100 miles per hour. And that's what the fuck they did. Gonna play that? Bro had to rappel down the side of the building just to get onto the ramp. My legs would have been right shaking like a stripper. I probably would have fell off the shit, slid all the way down, maybe could have slid off to the side. Next thing you know, I'm meeting in the upper room. Me and God looking at each other eye to eye like, I know, that was a crazy 360 deal by Red Bull. No, I ain't read the fine prints. I know they trying to give me wings, but I didn't know literally. I thought it was a figure of speech. It's not. But not for this special breed indeed. My Brazilian homie, move, groove, vibe, slide, straight the fuck down and shit like it was nothing, son. Nah, Brody is different. I appreciate y'all tuning in to another episode of Anything and Everything. Don't forget to hate and subscribe. And most importantly, man, this weekend, be moving, groove, vibe, and sliding, motion like the ocean. You already know, stay Mephistophelian, iniquitous, and vociferous at all times. I'm out.